The phone clattered to the floor, its screen a shattered reflection of her heart. Tears streamed down her face, each one a whisper of the same old pain. Another fight. Another night ending in icy silence. She curled up on the bed, the familiar ache of worthlessness washing over her. "Why does this always happen to me?" She sobbed into the pillow. "What's wrong with me?" This is a familiar scene for many of us. We find ourselves trapped in a cycle of unhealthy relationships, wondering why we keep attracting the same type of partner, the same painful dynamics. The answer often lies within, in the deepest recesses of our hearts, where self-doubt and old wounds reside. We may not realize it, but our past experiences, particularly those from childhood, shape our beliefs about ourselves and love. If we grew up feeling unloved, unworthy, or neglected, we internalize these feelings, carrying them with us into adulthood. These ingrained beliefs then manifest as low self-esteem and insecure attachment styles, setting the stage for a lifetime of troubled relationships. Low self-esteem is like a crack in our foundation. It whispers doubts in our ears, convincing us we're not good enough, smart enough, or attractive enough. We constantly seek validation from others, desperate for their approval to feel worthy. This desperation can lead us to make unhealthy choices in relationships. We settle for partners who don't value us, who treat us poorly, or who only offer crumbs of affection. We mistake intensity for intimacy, mistaking drama and chaos for passion. We cling to the hope that they will change, that they will finally give us the love we crave. The truth is, no amount of external validation can fill the void within. Until we address the root cause of our low self-esteem, we'll continue to attract partners who reflect our own negative self-image. We'll keep repeating the same painful patterns, seeking love in all the wrong places. Our early childhood experiences, particularly our relationships with our primary caregivers, create a blueprint for how we approach love and intimacy. If our caregivers were inconsistent, emotionally unavailable, or abusive, we develop insecure attachment styles. These styles, anxious or avoidant, shape how we relate to our romantic partners. People with an anxious attachment style crave closeness and validation. They fear abandonment and often become clingy and possessive in relationships. They may have a heightened need for reassurance and become easily triggered by their partner's perceived unavailability. Those with an avoidant attachment style, on the other hand, equate intimacy with a loss of independence. They fear getting too close and may withdraw emotionally or physically when a relationship deepens. They may prioritize self-reliance and downplay the importance of emotional connection. Both attachment styles stem from a fear of getting hurt, of not being loved for who we are. Understanding our attachment style is crucial because it helps us recognize our unhealthy patterns and break free from them. When we don't love ourselves, we send out a beacon of unworthiness that attracts those who will exploit our vulnerabilities. Narcissistic and abusive individuals are particularly adept at sensing this lack of self-love. They prey on our insecurities, using manipulation, control, and emotional abuse to maintain power and control in the relationship. We may initially be drawn to their charm and charisma, mistaking their grandiosity for confidence, but over time, their true colors emerge. They belittle our accomplishments, criticize our appearance, and gaslight us into questioning our own sanity. They isolate us from our support systems, making us dependent on them for validation and affection. We become trapped in a web of emotional manipulation, our self-esteem eroding with each passing day. It's important to remember that we are not to blame for being targeted by these individuals. However, by understanding the dynamics of these toxic relationships and addressing our own self-worth, we can break free from their grip and create a life filled with healthy, loving connections. Toxic relationships are characterized by a lack of respect, constant conflict, and an imbalance of power. If you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to speak your mind or upset your partner, it's a sign that something is wrong. Other red flags include constant criticism. Your partner puts you down, belittles your accomplishments, and makes you feel inadequate. Control and manipulation. They try to control your finances, your social life, or your decisions. They use guilt trips, threats, or other forms of manipulation to get their way. Lack of support. They are emotionally unavailable, dismissive of your feelings, and uninterested in your life. Jealousy and possessiveness. They are overly jealous and possessive, trying to isolate you from your friends and family. Physical, emotional, or verbal abuse. Any form of abuse is unacceptable and a clear sign to leave the relationship. Recognizing the red flags is the first step towards breaking free. It's important to remember that you deserve to be in a relationship where you feel loved, respected, and valued. Breaking free from the cycle of unhealthy relationships is a journey of self-discovery and healing. It requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to confront our deepest wounds. Here are some steps you can take. Build self-worth. This is the foundation of healing. Start by challenging your negative self-talk. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Focus on your strengths, celebrate your accomplishments, and practice self-care. Heal attachment wounds. Therapy can be incredibly helpful in understanding and healing our attachment wounds. Through therapy, we can learn to identify our unhealthy patterns, develop healthier coping mechanisms, and create more secure attachments. Set boundaries. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships. Learn to say no, communicate your needs assertively, and walk away from anyone who disrespects your boundaries. Recognize red flags. Pay attention to the red flags and trust your instincts. Don't ignore those gut feelings telling you something is wrong. Healing is not a linear process. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when you feel like you're back to square one. But remember, you are not alone. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist for support. With time, patience, and self-love, you can break free from the past and create a future filled with love, joy, and healthy relationships. You deserve to be in a relationship where you feel loved, respected, and cherished. A relationship where you can be your authentic self without fear of judgment or rejection. A relationship built on trust, mutual respect, and shared values. Choosing love starts with choosing yourself. It's about recognizing your worth, setting healthy boundaries, and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. It's about healing your past wounds, challenging your limiting beliefs, and stepping into your power. It's about believing that you are worthy of love, that you are capable of giving and receiving love, and that you deserve to be happy. Remember, my darling, you are a precious and unique soul. Embrace your imperfections, celebrate your strengths, and never stop believing in the power of love, especially the love you have for yourself.